And we are live. Hello, everybody. We are hopefully going to have some special guests that'll be joining us a little later in the show. Tonight is a deep dive on the Bricks and Minifigs Debacle. Okay. Oh, we're live. We're definitely live, dude. In fact, a whole bunch of us here. Ha ha ha. And start perhaps.
Nope.
No, I don't. Stark Tony is doing a Twitch thing right now, so I am hoping we can get Punkwaddle and Shellback to join us. Carlos sent the link over to Punkwaddle, and Crazy and Alice sent the link to Shellback.
We divided and conquered. People's in the chat. Division and conquering.
And Levin Bravo Crunchy says a Twitch thing. They make pills for that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it helps with traumatic brain injury. I should know. I have to take it. But anywho, tonight we're going to be talking about the if you can get Arcater, please do. Let me see. I don't know if I'm able to direct message him.
I mean, I can Discord him, but I've not messaged him in a while, so I don't know if he'd see it. Does he X? I could try to get him on X.
Yeah,
y'all know I'm all about trying to figure out how to use my X.
I think I have seen the X page for him. Come to think of it.
All right, if you can send it, go ahead and send it to him, Alice. I'd appreciate it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Because this story is so wild, and having more people to talk about it is awesome. And Jason is saying, "Hell, Casey."
Hey, Jason.
And 11 Bravo Crunchy says, "I escaped Operation Iraqi Freedom without a TBI, but not burn pit duty." Yeah, man. Burn pit duty. That name hits both ways because that's what you're doing. You're burning somebody's duty. Oh God. That shit's nasty. Oh God. And Steven Tambari says he could get Arcater for us. So if you can, please do. I am still waiting for the waterfall chat. Just lived downwind of it for 9 months. Wow, man. That's not cool. And Jason Love is telling everybody, hello, peoples.
Hey, Jason.
I hope everybody is here to have some fun and learn something new. I love doing deep dives because in deep dives, we're all about learning something new. Even I'm here to learn something. This is something that both Crazy Horse and Alice wanted to do. And thus we're doing it. Now, we do have a special guest here in house with me, and that's my baby sister, Rebecca. Say hello back.
Hello. And
usually she's up to talk whenever she comes in. We talk about G.I. Joe. But now we're talking about Legos, which means I'm going to ask her a very serious question. What happened to my Lego collection?
Hell,
See? My Legos are gone.
I never touched your Legos. Wasn't me.
Must have been one of Laura Jane's friends then.
Maybe, because I wasn't interested in the Legos. I wanted the comic books.
Yeah, she stole all my comic books. And Gap After Dark is here. So is, let's see. Jason Love is here. Jason Love, Doctor Who. He's one of our Doctor Who fans. And when we were talking about the fact that they canceled Doctor Who and fired Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf Productions, which is basically the British version of Bad Robot.
Yeah.
He was dancing, man. He was doing he was doing the twins twerking and slapping his butt, happy and everything. It was great. Touching a man's Lego is legitimate cause for divorce. Very, very true. And test of the emergency chat system. This is only a test. All right. All right. Alice and Crazy, y'all have been doing a lot of research in this just as much as I have. And I am thinking of letting you guys have a lot more lead time in this. You think you guys can handle it?
Crazy just gave me the big eyeballs.
Uh-oh.
Richard,
Where do we even start?
Yeah. This
All
is one of those like I'm afraid to go this far, this deep without Juaraevo and a tangent bell. You might have to keep us, Richard. You might have to keep us in line.
All right. What I'm going to start off with is a basic key event timeline. Okay.
Okay.
That will be what we will start with. That way, people can know basically what has happened and got us to this point. Starting at some point in late 2023, the Manziel family signed a consignment agreement with a Bricks and Mini franchise in Salem, Kaiser, Oregon, with the Gormans, Crystal Gorman and her husband Brian, or something like that. All right, I'm just going to go with the Gorman family, Law Gorman Law, something like that. Okay. Now, under the arrangement, the store was supposed to sell individual items from the Manziel family's collection of Star Wars Legos, which, ironically enough, the Guinness Book of World Records said is the largest privately owned Star Wars Lego collection. And they were all still in the box, still shrink wrapped and everything.
Oh, God.
So that means they were in perfect mint condition, which, if you know anything about the whole Lego collecting community, that's premium shit. That right there. That's worth a buttload of money. I watched earlier this morning when my sciatica nerve woke my ass up and wouldn't let me go back to sleep.
Yeah, thanks. Can I just say thanks for sharing the sciatica pain, Richard? Because I am now having sciatica sympathy pains or something. I don't know how you a total sidetrack in this for 2 seconds. I do not know how you can walk with that, because it looked like I had a stick up my butt walking around with it yesterday.
It's not easy, man. It hurts. It hurts bad.
So I give you so much credit.
All right. Next chance you get to come down here, I've got another box of Yoo-Hoo to give you.
Okay.
Yeah. And because she drank the last of the Yoo-Hoo I sent to her when she and Crazy came for Sunday Memorial Day. That was a whole box of 32, man.
Are you kidding? I'm surprised it lasted that long.
Me too.
Yeah. Apparently, I've been hitting the woohoo pretty hard.
It's good, ain't it?
It was. Well, I said to Crazy, I was like, it was like 3 o'clock. I'm like, I just need something chocolatey. I need a little sweet treat, and I'm pilfering the cabinets, and I'm like, crap.
As you're trying to listen to the spicy book.
Oh, as I'm trying to listen to the spicy book for book club.
Yes.
Right. So I need a little chocolate to go with my spice. And I was like, I got nothing. I hit something for later.
Remember, we've got still like 5 tons of Kit Kats we got to get rid of.
I know. I probably should have stole some Kit Kats, brought some Kit Kats home too. But so I had to hit my last 2 woohoos up to start to get the books rolling. So.
Oh. And leading into this collection too, where you were going, Coffee Zillas, that even added more questions, because they were talking about somebody else taking part of this collection had purchased it, or
here we go.
So it gets even more confusing as we'll get into it.
All right, under the consignment arrangement that the Manziel family and the Gormans came up with, they've actually got a full contract And the Manziel family had the serial numbers and everything for all of this collection. Yeah, I mean, the Manziel family's paperwork on this was so good that even the Bricks and Minifig corporate had to say, yeah, they've got it all listed. And they couldn't get away with it. All they said is none of the sets that they say is theirs is at the store. But anyway, we'll get to that part in a moment. Now, the whole time, because this was consignment, the family has retained ownership of the collection. It was not Bricks and Minifigs property. It was still the Manziel family's property, personal property that they were selling on a commission basis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and you know what I find like super funny, not super funny, but quite interesting is he had the contract.
Yes.
And in the contract, it very specifically states that it was still his property. It was the consignment agreement, from what we've seen, what everybody has showed us, but I just think it was very well laid out, Yeah.
I mean, like him or not, Reckless Ben brought the Eye of Sauron onto this shit.
He Nick Suitered it.
Yeah, and he basically caused
Nick Shirley
to dig into this with a backhoe, man. He went in there with a whole cat steer loader setup, digging into this shit. Now, in 2004, the original franchise owners, i.e. the Gormans, they defaulted on their contractual obligations, supposedly, and are supposed to have owned $175,000 to the corporate offices. And they were going to hand over the business back to the corporate offices. Now, corporate sent Brandon and Josh down there to do it in the middle of the fucking night.
And they admitted on CoffeeZillas that it was a hostile takeover.
Yes. They literally showed up in the middle of the night while they were working that night and kicked them out of the store, took the keys and everything from them. Now, during the and they said that they were claiming that they showed up in a rented car, but they actually showed up in a U-Haul truck, the biggest U-Haul truck you could rent. And during the transition from that night and the next morning, the collection disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stress this. The entire collection that was supposed to be there disappeared after the Gormans were kicked out of the store, which also included the fact that their parakeet was still in the store when they got kicked out. Nobody knows what happened to the parakeet. Wait a minute.
Poor birdie.
Is that Laura Jane screaming, what the fuck?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bolt the doors.
Lock the windows. She's
Hide
small.
the room.
She's small but mighty, Richard.
Why do you think I call she's known as the rabid spider monkey? Okay.
Yep.
Now, the Manziel's collection disappeared that night. The next morning, the other Bricks and Minifigs store that's owned by these two chuckleheads, which was on the other side of town, received a U-Haul truck delivery that was nothing but, wait for it,
Star Wars.
wait for it, Star Wars Legos still mint in their box, still sealed in plastic.
According to an ex-employee.
Yep.
Yep.
How do you think that happened?
Right?
And
Now-
then we have the CEO saying there was no U-Haul truck. And lo and behold, there was a U-Haul truck. At first, it was just this dude rented a rental car.
A rental car.
Right. And then it was like, oh yeah, no, he had a car and he flew
There was
in.
no U-Haul.
There was no U-Haul. And then it was, oh well, he needed the U-Haul because
they set up a trailer in the area because they were going to go in for this hostile takeover.
Yeah, all this, like I said, this shit was fucking crazy, man.
Gab's like, why is it always a U-Haul?
It's let's see. Wait a minute. Steven got my name wrong. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Now, man, we are. Well, the biggest reason why it's always a U-Haul is that's the one place that you can rent a big ass truck and nobody really notices. I mean, think about it. There are private investigators who use U-Haul trucks to hide the people that shoot, what was it again? All their surveillance equipment.
Yeah.
They hide it there. And it's wild, man. It's just like some private investigators, they use plumbing trucks, cable trucks, stuff like that to be able to do their surveillance.
Because everybody's used to seeing them.
Exactly. Now, anyway, on 5 February, during a dispute resolution call, the former franchise owners, i.e. the Gormans, allegedly demanded $300,000 from Bricks and Minifigs corporate, threatening to involve YouTuber Reckless Ben if they do not pay him. 21 May 2026, YouTuber Reckless Ben, i.e. Benjamin Schneider, releases the first of the multi-part documentary series tracking down the thief, accusing Bricks and Minifigs of participating in the theft of this $200,000 collection. Between the 21st and the 28th of May 2026, it all goes viral, generating millions of views. Reckless Ben reports that 10 individuals separately sued Bricks and Minifigs in small claims court and won, forcing the company to owe the family $100,000. Ben also sets up a GoFundMe for the family, raising over $200,000. Before it, skipping ahead a little bit, how much was the GoFundMe when it got taken down?
Was it?
I think it was 400.
It was, something like that.
Wait,
Or 600,000.
630,000.
And
Right.
Gap. Last thing we know, he was in Mexico because he had a warrant out for his arrest here,
accusing him of terroristic threats and things of this nature. It's wild, man. This shit's so fucking wild. All right, the 28th of May, Bricks and Minifigs corporate releases official statement stating that the consignment was an unapproved private arrangement and alleging the previous franchisees, i.e. the Gormans, had defaulted, which still doesn't change the fact that the contract that existed with the Gormans still was in effect. That means they were supposed to give, even if Bricks and Minifigs decided not to do the consignment. They were required by law to give back all of the product that belonged to the Menzel family.
And there was
That's
a
the law.
and the video, that one of the very, very first videos that came out that been exposed was, I believe, one where they came in to take over the store from the previous owners. And she very clearly, as she's on the phone trying to call corporate, she very clearly asked, what is going to happen to the inventory
and the consignment
and the consignment collection? She was very, very protectant over this collection. She knew what she had. She had safes put in her store for this said collection
because it was so valuable.
Now,
and early March of 2026, this is the investigation and arrest of Snyder's stunts at home of one of the corporate employees, i.e. the fuck nugget that started this shit, Joshua. Anyway, he was trying to serve legal papers for the lawsuit. A legal lawsuit. He was there with a process server. This fuck nugget calls the police multiple times saying he's being stalked and threatened. The police kept showing up, talking with Reckless Ben and the process server. They checked the process server's IDs, proving she was indeed, guess what? A process server.
A legal process server by Utah law.
Yes. Plus, I said fuck nugget. Fuck nugget. Get it right, man. Not butt nugget. Butt nugget's an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
And yes, it's my own colorful language. But anywho, the police, when they first released their body cam footage, it was all censored up. Oh yes, exactly, 11 Bravo. Both are applicable in this case. But the police body cams, they censored it so you didn't see everything. But somebody in the police department leaked the unedited body cams proving a lot of this crazy shit I'm about to tell you that happened. Okay. They go to talk to this Joshua fuck nugget, and he's like, I can't deal with this. They're threatening me, blah, 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 blah. And it's all fake lawsuit papers. And the process server is not a real process server. They're impersonating an officer of the court. You need to arrest them, blah, 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 blah. Well, the police go and interrogate them again. They then take the legal papers that they're trying to serve, and the cop gets in the car, his police car, and calls the clerk of courts. And the clerk of court says, yes, this is valid legal lawsuit papers that need to be served.
Yes. And the cop tries. There's one cop that actually tries to mitigate the situation after they have just sat there and called. I think every fork whatever officer came out to this instance. He called the cops on him like multiple times as they're sitting there. And the one cop, I think, was finally like, you know what? F it. I'm going to go try to serve this. I'm going to try to mitigate it. And that cop, should have definitely been like, given a lot more credit for actually trying to go and do what legally he was almost, that was his job.
Yeah, because there he is reviewing the paperwork.
That's them reviewing the paperwork. Then it shows him going back and getting in his the police car, calling it in, and you hear the clerk of court saying, yes, it's legal paperwork that needs to be served. This is an actual lawsuit. It's not fake. The process server is a real process server trying to serve these legal papers to this man.
Now,
And by law, this officer is required, again, by what? By law, to serve the paperwork. All he's got to do is walk up and drop the papers at his feet and say the words, "You have been served."
All right.
Boom. It's done. It's over.
Of this.
And Reckless Ben and the process server can go home.
Yep, because there he is. He's got the paperwork with Josh there. Let me play a second and see where, if I think it's right, this is where he's like, oh, it's fake. I don't want it. And the dude,
trespasser. Because here's the thing. Like, think about this logically. Do you think the process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm going to murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
He called the store a billion times, threatened the employees.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, raise your neck.
Okay, see ya.
now they are legitimate papers.
Yes.
And basically, Josh was just served.
Yep. And anyway, they would arrest Reckless Ben for stalking, targeted picketing, trespassing in Utah. Then the police raided the Airbnb where he and his associates were staying at in town,
And the thing is
looking for
when that,
stolen Legos.
yes, but when that cricket that I'm gonna
Oh shit! Hold on, I just skipped something.
okay, wait, hang on. Let me talk about this point really fast too,
All right.
because the cops did go back and try to cover their asses and did a cute little press conference or whatever they do to talk about the case, you know.
And then there,
I'm
the
going. Well, let me make my point. You know, I love the fact that, and you just made me lose my train of thought. Where was I going with this? What were we talking about? Hang on, we might have to double back. Crazy just got me sidetracked. That crap. All right, I'll have to come back to it.
All right.
Now, because I was like, wait, I gotta make the point.
When Reckless Ben first got involved,
When they raided the house, that's what it was. When they raided the Airbnb, and then the cop did his little whatever interview, telling all his lies and stuffs and things to the community. He said that the owner of the Airbnb heard them talking about stolen Legos, and I'm like, well, yeah,
and that's the basis of the
that's
whole,
the whole basis
search
of the
warrant.
whole. That was the basis of what they were talking about, what they were trying to uncover. Of course, you're going to hear them talking about stolen Legos. That doesn't mean they stole the Legos.
yeah. Well, this is what I accidentally skipped over. Okay, when Reckless Ben first shows up, he went to this store and tried to get the Legos back through legal process, and they called the police. It was the first time they called the police on him and hit him for trespassing because he went in and said, "I'm here to pick up the Menzel's family's Lego collection." And they threw him out and called the cops and had him trespassed against. And he's telling the cop, and he's filmed himself talking to them and the cop saying, "Look, I'm here to pick up the Menzel's property from these people. they're holding it illegally. Well, you're going to have to take them to civil court. Okay, I'll do that. And then that cop goes in and says, he's going to take you to civil court to get them back. Well, Amon from corporate calls him and tells him that if he tries to take them to court, they're going to accuse Reckless Ben of being the thief who stole the Star Wars collection. And he was recording Reckless Ben was recording him talking to these people on his cell phone while they're making the threat saying that they're going to make the accusation he was the one who stole the Lego collection in the first place. Now, before the Airbnb got raided, his car got stopped. Was it 2 or 3 times? And the last time when they pulled him over, they ripped his car apart for over 3 hours looking for heroin.
Which is their MO, right? They tried to say that the previous owners were on heroin.
Yes.
No,
they were dealing heroin out of their store. Then they were saying that Reckless Ben was transporting heroin in his car. Like I said, these two fuck nuggets are really messed up in the head.
They are, and it was funny is when you saw the body cam video from that stop, it was so preposterous. They were sitting there behind the scenes trying to go, okay, I think his pupils look like this. And the other guy's like, I don't know. And it's like, well, wait. And I'm like, how dirty are we? And just the questioning on how it is exposing so much more than just stolen Legos.
Yep, because this clip right here is them pulling them over for the hair. For the supposed
and the cops.
Okay.
Remember when I said that they released this stuff and they edited it to where you couldn't hear what the cops were saying? How the cops were literally talking about the fact that they were just pulling him over to harass him. This is some really messed up shit.
This is the heroin.
Doing. Thank you for joining our deep dive into the Bricks and Minifigs. And I want to introduce you to my baby sister, Rebecca.
Hello.
Uh-oh, she's...
Scoobs, you there?
Yeah, I was about to say, who the hell's Rebecca?
My baby sister. Hold on. I'm going to do something right quick. You ready to go live?
Scoobie's like, our YouTube world, do we really need more females? But this one's already been here.
All right, here we go. There we go. Let's see. There we go. So this is my baby sister.
Hello.
Hello.
And baby sister, Scooby Pup. Scooby Pup, baby sister.
Hello.
And hold on. Yes, it's Scooby Pup. What do you want to do? Okay. Sorry, Scooby Pup.
I see the ass end of a stuffed animal.
Yeah, one of Harvey's kids just had to twerk for you.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me see the white kitty.
Okay, hold on.
Richard, you didn't do our normal you know what check.
Yes, here he is. Here is our little ham.
He is not that little, Richard.
Little dance.
He has this face on him, like, get the hell off me.
That is Kraken. And Kraken is being his usual little self. And there we go. Hit the button, go back. All right.
I literally just finished my show.
How was it?
Long. I usually have a 90-minute show, but this one like stretched into 2 hours because of the topic. So
that's awesome, Scoobs.
Awesome. All right.
Well, usually
11
happens
Bravo
when I go
says,
into video games.
does anyone else feel like River Tam when she saw Shepherd Book's hair while seeing Richard's hair? Or is it just me? And then Stephen says, wow. And then 11 says, Richard, You got it. Look like George Lucas. Yeah. Yeah. I know I look like George Lucas. That's so yeah, it's fun.
You look like George Lucas if you didn't have to deal with Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we still have the plan. We're gonna get somebody to take me up there, Skywalker Ranch. I'm going to sneak my ass in. We're gonna sneak my ass in. I'm gonna say, I'm George Lucas and I'm taking over. All y'all get the hell out. And then we're stealing the Millennium Falcon and we're getting the fuck off this planet. That's the plan, and we're gonna do it.
You know who you remind me of by saying that?
Who's that?
Ryan Reynolds. When he played Deadpool, he said, when I was done, I walked off the set in costume. He said, I waited 11 years to play this character. I finally get a chance to play it. I am not giving back the costume.
Yeah, yeah.
He never gave it back.
And all right, hold on a second. I think.
But yeah, I barely get viewers.
All right, give me 1 second. We've got Archer who would like to come on. I just need to send him a link.
I barely get viewers, and it was just me and Jay Viper, and we were going on about the Summer Game Fest.
That's the big video games, right?
We covered 2 weeks worth of game shows. We didn't bring up all the games, just some of the games that we were familiar with, interested in.
All right, Gap says, Richard, we need to play the dating game for Jason, and I can be the host.
That's creepy.
And 11 Bravo says, my wife's a nerd gal, but she's too busy being a mom to 2 boys under 5 to flex her nerd muscles.
Well, and I'm just going to tell Jason that I just put it in the chat. I actually want to do a hole down the hole with Alice kind of about this topic and where are all the nerd girls at and how do we get them to all these nerd boys? So I've actually been pondering this. This is a whole spiel Alice has. So everybody just wait for it because we got stuff and things to do.
Yeah, I think Alice,
cool, sexy dating game.
Alice, I think you, Alice of the Hole, and AJ and I, and maybe even Osaka-chan, we should just get together and do a girl stream.
Did you get my message about that one?
Nope.
Oh, shit balls. Okay. My phone was doing something weird at work the other day when I sent the message. I will resend it. It was, I don't know what my phone did. It like locked me out of stuff. And then I thought I got back in and I thought I was going to have to call crazy. And everybody at work was laughing at me thinking I was going to have a meltdown. So I will resend that. But
we're going to have to get like a little group together in Discord and try and work out a date or something. Because
okay, that'd be great.
Seems like it would be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Screw you guys. It's going to be us girls.
Cool.
Girls just want to have fun.
Hey, as
That's
long
right.
as we can watch.
You don't just want to play World of Warcraft.
You ain't seeing shit. Not for me.
Well, Becca here plays World of Warcraft every chance she gets. She's supposed to be teaching me how to play it. It's just the fact things have been kind of crazy.
You'll make a great paladin.
And it's just going to be hopefully fun, and the sun. Now, oh yeah.
You were talking about Legos?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Bricks and Minifigs debacle. We were talking about the fact that when Reckless Ben got involved trying to get the Menzel's Star Wars collection back, which the Guinness Book of World Records stated it was the largest privately held Star Wars Lego collection in the world. It literally was every Star Wars Lego set from the start. Because Mr. Menzel he's in his 80s. He had health issues that came up, and they had been collecting these Legos as a family from the start. And because of his health issues and the need for the money to pay for his medical care, he told his son Brian to sell the Legos because he had always seen this Lego collection as an investment and family legacy. And like I said, this family has been doing this for decades from the very start. And they've got all of these Star Wars Lego sets still mint condition in unopened plastic sealed boxes, never opened, never touched. And
Shamalama ding dong.
We cannot kill them through the internet.
yes, it's so wild here. All right, now he tried to do Reckless Ben tried to do everything legally at first, trying to get this stuff done. Gets told by the local police that he needs to take them to civil court. He takes them to civil court and wins. They were supposed to give the Menzel family at minimum $100,000, minimum, and give him back his what was left of the collection. And the Bricks Minifigs told him that if he took them to court, they were going to accuse him, Reckless Ben, of being the actual thief of the collection, when he had never actually physically seen the collection. And the way that they were able to, the police wouldn't get involved because it was a civil matter, and it needed to be a criminal matter for the cops to get involved. So what Reckless Ben decided to do was do a lottery. You know,
a legal lottery.
A legal lottery. He was told that only in the state of Utah, only a church can do that.
Which
So
he happened to be a registered church.
Yes, so he created his own church. The Church of Scientology sucks.
What?
Yes, he created the Church
Scientology
of Scientology sucks. And their god is a golden plunger. That is their ultimate symbol for their church, is a gold plunger.
And they actually let that pass?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Now, out in front of the Bricks and Minifigs, they raffle off one of the sets of the Menzel's Star Wars collection. And a family wins the lotto, this lotto pool. And they hand them the ticket for one of the sets and says, it's right over there. It's right there inside that Bricks and Minifigs store. Take this and go get it. If they don't give it to you, they're breaking the law. They're committing a felony. Guess what ended up happening? The family takes their ticket to go get the Menzel's property that was just gifted to them. They refused. Thus, Reckless Ben calls the cops and says they're not giving the property over like they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So it now makes it a criminal offense that the police have to get involved. And that's what triggered all this Airbnb SWAT team dropping in on them. As they're getting ready to go in, the unredacted police body cam footage shows them talking about the fact that they're YouTubers and they're going to be filming it, and we got to take their cameras away.
Oh, Richard, Ark's here.
Yes,
Greetings.
Director Archer, how are you today?
Arcader!
Oh, pretty well in context. Bit of a slow day, really. Winding down.
It's
How are you all?
Any day you wake up's a blessing.
I am chilling after a show. Just finished my show.
Wonderful.
How about you?
And Gap here says, wow, sounds like bricks are shady allegedly. There are a lot of, as we go on, we will be talking about the fact that there are other former employees, former franchise owners, and other people who had consignments done through Bricks and Minifigs who've had something similar happen to them.
I'm a bit confused, though, because as I understand the Bricks and Minifigs drama, the real drama here isn't meaningfully Bricks and Minifigs. The location that basically stole from an old man's Lego collection is one thing, but isn't the overwhelming story the deeply corrupt police and judges that tried to just disappear a YouTuber to jail?
That is part of it, yes. And that's part of what we're talking about right now. The messed up thing is when Ben went to go with the process server to serve the lawsuit papers on Joshua. Joshua refused it. He kept calling the cops saying that he was being stalked and threatened and all this other shit, saying that they're trying to serve me fake lawsuit papers. The cops confirmed the lawsuit was real. The woman that was with him was the actual process server who just was trying to do her job and serve the damn papers. And Joshua was saying that they were fake papers, that the woman was impersonating a officer of the court, that he was going to shoot them if the cops didn't arrest them. Then while the cops are there, he gets on the phone with Amon, the
CEO
or COO of Bricks and Minifigs, and this Amon dude is telling the cops, please go arrest this man. And guess what they went and did? They arrested Reckless Ben.
on trumped up charges.
Yes.
No pun intended.
That was the first time they arrested him. Then
that's the original term. Completely insane.
Yes. And then they raided the Airbnb. Let's see. Hold on. Let me give Archer the link here. Give me a minute. There you go, brother. Put it here in the thingy.
Thank you.
Now, what's gotten... I love the law. I mean, our family has how many members of our extended family that are law enforcement?
I don't even know anymore.
We had Dwight, Buddy Zell, almost every police officer in Waxhaw used to come and hang out at our house.
We were a way station, basically.
Yeah, before we ever had a 24-hour gas station, all the police officers would come to our house in the middle of the night. Mom and Dad would make them something to eat, make coffee for them while they would sit around our kitchen table filling out paperwork and playing with our cat.
It was a common fact going to the bathroom at 11 that evening, and there would be cops on my table.
Yes. So we know how cops are supposed to do their job, especially small town cops. My dad was an auxiliary police officer up in Lake Lure. In fact, Lord Jane stole the badge that's supposed to be mine. Yeah. Okay. Dad got his badge that said, instead of Rick Spake, it said Richard Spake, because he made the statement he wanted to pass the badge on to me when I became a cop.
Does anyone happen to know if Reckless Ben has been able to, no longer hide in Mexico? Have the warrants been sanely dropped?
No.
I think he's still there because
Okay.
they issued a no bail warrant against him.
With the gag
Yes.
order.
Shouldn't there be also a criminal investigation as to why they'd be issuing a no bail warrant against him? Because that's a much deeper concern than the shitty practices of Bricks and Minifigs.
I think the reason they're getting away with that is possibly because they're pulling RICO charges.
Yes, they're
and I think they're pulling the
charging
RICO
with
charges. It takes everything up a level.
terrorism and a couple of other really fucked up things, man. This is some really, really wild shit. And Steph is saying she stopped in for a moment. She says, saying hi and dropping a like while I am cooking. What are you making, Steph? You better be making what I shared with you my recipe for pork bellies, man.
I don't know who told you there'd be tapas. Doomer.
Well, usually
whoever lied to you, you should destroy them.
Doom understood there would be free tapas. Doom demands tapas. What is tapas?
Richard, they're like the little Hispanic like sticky snacks, like hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, okay. Finger foods. Okay, I get it.
We had to put it in Southern terms, everybody out there.
Reckless Ben did have a virtual court appearance the last day or so.
All right, Steph, you're coming over to my house and bringing some food there because I love me some orange chicken. What are you using? Sweet peppers to make sure it tastes really, really good. Yeah, buddy. Yes,
there seems to be an overdue. This should not be allowed to drop out of the news cycle, and it already has. I think we might have noticed this. It's no longer big. It's not trending. There are no tags. It's not really being retweeted as much as it once was. And I'm personally kind of concerned if Reckless Ben is ever going to be allowed back into the nation. And all it is deeply disturbing because, again, this is not something that should be happening. He committed no crimes. He basically tried to prod the law to be enforced.
Yeah.
And the problem, again, does not seem to be meaningfully with Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, even they parted ways with a particular franchise that has prosecuted this insanity.
But the problem is they closed that store, but not the other store these two fuck nuggets own. That store is still open, and these two dudes are still in charge of it.
Yep, they lied.
That's what they're not really been reporting on.
And okay.
Joshua and what's his name? Amon are both. They both were missionaries together during their 2-year mission that they had to do. Now,
which gets to the best and most plausible explanation for this gratuitous abuse of the legal system: the existence of an unironic, shit you not, Mormon mafia.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the. But the thing is, the Mormon community itself has been coming out in support of Reckless Ben and the Menzel family, demanding to know what the hell's going on. And American Fork, they've been having city hall and town hall meetings, and a large number of the citizenry have been coming up and complaining about how corrupt their police department is, saying that Reckless Ben has brought national attention to a corruption that's been going on in their local police department. And the fact that there are members of the local police department who leaked the unedited body cam footage proving the fact that they targeted Reckless Ben illegally. Now, this is just part of this. Reckless Ben ended up causing the ISR on to go and hit this location. And the timeline of events is really, really amazing here, okay? It was enough that caused CoffeeZilla to get involved and do the investigation. He was able to, and he has the kind of gravitas that makes people stand up and take notice because he is a full-fledged known investigative journalist. He is the one that found the proof that corporate office was lying about the hostile takeover of this or the original store branch here that had this Star Wars Lego collection in it, and how that Lego collection disappeared right after the Gorman family was kicked out of their store. That between then and the next morning, the collection was gone. And that other store I was telling you about, Arker, that these two fuck nuggets also owned and operated in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
The employees there said that next morning, a U-Haul truck was sitting out front with a delivery of Star Wars Lego sets that were discontinued, all still mint in their boxes, sealed in their boxes in plastic. Let that sink in.
Okay. Well,
Right.
Bricks Minifigs needs to shut down another store then. And honestly, wouldn't it be cheaper for these dumbasses to just hand over the damn Legos and call off the hounds?
Well, and that's what Ben's original thing was, and unfortunately he made the statement early on that they do use against him, because very, very early on, he says, hey, listen, guys, what is going on? Y'all can do this the easy way, or y'all can do this the hard way. And unfortunately, the moment he said, or you can do it the hard way, they took that statement alone.
And the graphic he put on the video.
The graphic on the video, and flipped it to where they were saying that he was threatening them.
Oh no, the YouTuber, he's going to... What?
No.
What are they unironically trying to suggest he's going to do?
No, Ben does not live in Utah. That was the whole one of the ways that the Utah police was pressuring him, because Ben, if I remember right, is from California, and they were saying we do things differently here, threatening him with all kinds of stuff of having the local cops go after his ass.
Well, I'll be sure not to hold it in me, California, against him.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold it against him, because he's doing.
He was trying to do good.
Trying to do good here.
The good Californian.
And but anyway, this stuff is gotten really wild. CoffeeZilla got involved and started looking into this stuff. Remember when I said that that the two fuck nuggets literally shows up at their store and took it over late at night? They pulled up and kicked them out of the store, took their keys and everything. Well, the Gorman family is adamant that they had security footage and all the paperwork that proves the consignment's legitimacy, and that the whole collection was in the store when they got kicked out. Now, they're trying to say that the Manzels would have took up their issue, should have took up the issue with the Gorman family. But the collection was still in the store after the Gormans got kicked out of the store. And the CEO, Amon McNeff, okay, I'm going to put this in the chat so people can know what I'm trying to say here. All right, this is so y'all can see his name right there. Hey, K. Scholl, how you doing? He's over there on Rumble.
Greetings, K. Scholl. And greetings, K. Scholl.
All right, this is the guy that's the CEO, Amon McNeff, whatever the heck his name is. This is the dude that has blown this shit up, because he told the police to go after Reckless Ben. On the phone, they're sitting on Joshua's front porch when the cops showed up, when Reckless Ben and the process server was trying to serve the lawsuit paperwork to Joshua. And oh boy, this is some crazy ass shit. Now, the Gormans aren't innocent in all this. All right.
I actually have that clip queued where he's sitting on a video.
Yes.
You want me to
And
play
what's
it?
really messed up when they told him that they were arresting Reckless Ben, he literally stood up and hugged the cop, saying that he loved the American Fork Police Department. Let that sink in. Cops are not, while they're on duty, aren't supposed to allow somebody to do that, you know?
Well, they're ignoring so many laws and regulations here. What's one more?
Yeah, exactly. Now, this story has, and it's getting pretty messed up because Amon says that consignments are banned by Brick and Minifigs contractual agreements.
Okay, great. So they need to be handing it back over immediately and apologizing for presenting the possibility they could do something like this. None of that exculpates them in the slightest.
Well,
now that I've heard they closed that one shop and that was being presented as some sort of fix for this, is now shown to be a lie, because if they wanted to fix this, well, number one, you call off the hounds.
Exactly. Now, what's really messed up about this, Bricks and Minifigs corporate did not try to take over the Gorman store. The Bricks and Minifigs actually admitted they did a hostile takeover of the store in the middle of the night. But they didn't say why, except for, they were selling heroin out of the store. But the truth of the matter is, the store was actually getting a lot of foot traffic because people were coming to see the Star Wars Lego collection, the world's largest privately owned Star Wars Lego collection, still mint in the box, still in original shrink wrapping. And it had hit the news, and the news was covering it. This thing was being like really, really, really big, man. And okay, Gap is asking why does this guy Bricks and Minifigs still have a job? He's the owner, dude. The CEO.
Bricks and Minifigs is the company.
The owners of Bricks and Minifigs.
It's not one person.
No. So I think where we're losing it is we've got the CFO or the CEO and the CFO of Bricks and Minifigs,
which are brothers
on the left, and then you've got Josh and Ben kind of in the middle as
they're to take over.
They're as store quote unquote owners. Their job is essentially to come in and be the fixers of these stores.
Yes.
So
now,
you're dealing with multiple levels.
The last relic has been on Echo Base Network several times now, talking about the fact that these same two chuckle fuck nuggets did the same thing to his store.
And Richard, Richard, give everybody a little context on who the last relic is as well.
Okay, the last relic is a guy in Florida who's also a member of the Mormon Church, who owned a franchise in Florida, and a hurricane had went through and was causing issues with money. So he had agreements with Bricks and Minifigs corporate because he had bought into the store. Bricks and Minifigs was refusing to allow him to have outside investors help him come in to stabilize with some investment money. So they said in 3 months' time, we'll take over the store for 3 months and then we'll give it back, let you buy it back. And we're going to send in two of our best guys to come in and do something and help turn the store around so you can get it back. Well, these two chuckleheads showed up, pretty much forced him out of his store. And his store sold a buttload of Star Wars stuff. So he had styled his Bricks and Minifigs store to look like a Star Wars set. I think it was the Death Star that he based the insides on.
Mm-hmm.
But Last Relic, like I said, he's been on Echo Base Network talking about just how bad corporate at Bricks and Minifigs treated him, and how they really screwed this guy over. Because originally, while these two guys were supposed to take it over, he was supposed to take over as manager instead of being owner. He was supposed to become their manager. And during this time, Bricks and Minifigs corporate was supposed to be paying the rent. Guess what they didn't do? They did not take his name off of the lease. They left his name on the lease. They weren't paying their rent, doing all kinds of really shady, crappy shit. And then when they closed the store on him without him knowing about it, he literally, one of the employees called him and says, dude, they're closing the store and they're taking all the product out. He's like, what? And he calls the corporate saying, why are you closing the store? We're not closing the store. I just got a phone call saying that they're closing the store. And he goes to the store, and guess what? It's empty. They closed it, emptied it out. And then the owner of the property contacts him and says that he owed the property owner that they were renting the store from $500,000 because his name was never taken off the lease. Let that sink in. They left him holding the bag.
I think it might be worthwhile for anyone who's still organizing and countering this to start perhaps contacting Lego and stressing that this is not making them look good either.
It's been done.
Lego, somebody did contact Lego. There is on Reddit, there is a Reddit forum now about this whole
oh no, if it's in the hands of Reddit, then there is no hope.
Yeah, well, people have been following this thing and posting information, and several people had contacted Lego asking, do you guys know about this and how this is really
if anyone was competent enough to help Reddit, they would have been banned by now anyway.
Yeah, it's, oh god, this is some really wild stuff, but there is no official statement that's been released by Lego. All they're saying is Bricks and Minifigs is a licensed reseller of used Legos and are currently in the process of being a distributor for new Legos going forward.
Thank you for customer service.
Yes, it's, oh god, it's this whole thing is so insane. And I loved Legos, dude. I still love Legos. I have a Lego lightsaber from Star Wars, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor over by my TV. That this, and I'm still looking for the Millennium Falcon from the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon from Star Wars a Solo story, a Star Wars story. I'm still looking for one of those because I want that puppy because I think it's pretty. But anyway, this whole thing is really wild. Now, have I set down enough groundwork for Alice and Crazy to take over for a little while?
I don't even know where to start now.
I don't know, Richard. You're covering everything quite well.
well,
and I think my thing is too that I want to kind of highlight is just the fact of how they're going. Ark made a great point, and he's like, it's really not in mainstream news anymore.
Yeah, I'm still seeing it plastered all over YouTube every day.
But YouTube. Why YouTube?
Creators are on it now. I mean, this coverage is everywhere.
It's like
not as it should be, because this is a major failing in. Well, The legal system has perhaps never had less respect, but this is still something of a new low, and it hits closer to ground.
Yeah.
Well, I know
If we had journalists worth mentioning, then this should already be major, big, and doing lots of circuits. Maybe someone needs to bounce this off of Rogan or someone people might actually listen to.
I think the biggest issue right now is that since they put out the restraining order, which actually limits the free speech, which violates the Constitution, now they're stuck in legal limbo as the court cases proceed. So Reckless Ben can't talk about nothing anymore. And now he's waiting on his court dates because they did the ex parte order for the restraining order and all the...
What? Why should Reckless Ben be worrying about that? He's already got a warrant out for him and is hiding out in Mexico. I'm thinking he might as well keep talking.
Well,
if he does, the problem is, if he does...
Everything the law enforcement is doing right now is itself illegal. So none of it's going to hold up in the long run. And if it's not going to be overturned, then, he's already on the run. Nothing changes.
Well, right now, one of the reasons why he's keeping quiet is because it's not just him they're going after. They're going after the other YouTubers that helped him out, plus the Menzel family, that they are purposely going after the Menzel family because they're saying that the Menzel family hired Reckless Ben to take terrorist actions against Brick and Minifigs and these two fuck nuggets.
Well, that's going to be quite the case to prove. Let's get some more. They should reach out to more of the lawyers out there who I'm thinking how to start. They've got to start to perhaps sense there's probably a payout in the future on this if it's prosecuted thoroughly.
Yes. Now, they also went after the GoFundMe that was raising money for the Menzel family to give them the money because the whole reason why he was selling their collection was to cover the elder Menzel's medical bills because his health was really, really bad. And so Brian was having to hide all of this crazy insanity from his dad because the doctors kept saying, you can't get him overly excited or it's going to kill him. So Brian Menzel has been carrying this load on his own shoulders to try to shield his dad from just what the hell's happened to his legendary Star Wars Lego collection. And they raised $600,000 on GoFundMe. And for 24 hours, it was taken down. That the Bricks and Minifigs was able to force GoFundMe to take it down because they were actually the countersuit that Bricks and Minifigs that they're personally suing the Menzel family, Reckless Ben, the other YouTubers that were local YouTubers that was helping Reckless Ben get set up there in the American Fork area, as well as at the place where the store was located there in Oregon.
At this point, maybe if anyone has an in with Count Dankula, this is a Mad Lads in the making.
Yes, it is. This whole thing is just insane, and it's one of the reasons why I've been watching this, going, "Holy crap! What the fuck?" Well, Bricks and Minifigs went after the Patreon, Reckless Ben's Patreon. And the owner and CEO of Patreon came out and said that Bricks and Minifigs has demanded we take down Reckless Ben's Patreon, and gives this long reasoning why that they were asking him to take down Reckless Ben's Patreon. And basically, the Patreon CEO basically tells them, "Fuck off and die. I'm not taking it down." And then tells Reckless Ben to keep up the good work. And
wow.
Then like I said, for
and they're on top of the Patreon they're also going after any YouTube profits.
Yes.
All kinds of different.
All the merch, because there was a lot of
we steal from old people merch.
Mm-hmm.
And
None of this is legal, I would note. We say, can they do this? Well, not legally, but if they get away with it, what does it matter?
Well, and
Yeah.
the thing is they're all it's morphed. So, we've dealt a lot with the legal system. Unfortunately, at one point I wanted to dual major. I went to pre-law high school. I wanted to dual major to do a medical malpractice law. And unfortunately, the one thing about the legal system is once the ball gets rolling and things get misconstrued, it will take 4 times as long, even if there even if there's no evidence and false allegations. It's going to take twice to 3 times as long to unravel all of this.
Yep.
Just to say it was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's the thing with our system. It either it's meant to protect, and sometimes it protects almost too well, because you can make such false allegations. In our system, our system has things in place to where you can very quickly circumnavigate, whichever. Sorry, my wording isn't great right now.
Where they turned the process into the punishment. That's why it's called lawfare. We have seen people use lawfare in the past against the little guy, saying, because originally when Brian himself went to go get this collection back, and he took the consignment contract, and he took his inventory list with him to see these 2 fuck nuggets and to get it back, and they literally told him he was going to have to take them to court to get it back, and they was going to drag it out to a point to where he would spend more money trying to get these Legos back than they were worth. That's why he contacted Reckless Ben to get help, because Reckless Ben was known for infiltrating cults and corrupt corporations and getting basically doing what Project Veritas used to do before Project Veritas got taken over by the left and defanged. He was known. That's how he got his start, was by going after these people, infiltrating them, getting them, in their own words, being douchebags and really fucked up fuck nuggets and really bad chuckleheads, and then putting it on his YouTube channel and drawing the attention to their bad behavior to try to stop them from doing their bad behavior. So the Menzel family contacted him and says, can you please help us? He tried doing everything the legal way. And these 2 fuck nuggets and the Bricks and Minifigs corporate really decided to be fuck nuggets and make it even worse. And yes, Gap, I just said that just to get you drunk. I hope you're having some good rum or good whiskey. One of the two. Better have one of the two. It's got to be quality stuff, top of the shelf. We got a raccoon that we hired around here somewhere. He can pick out some of the best top of the shelf whiskey for you. You want me to send him your way? Just say so. Now, this whole thing is insane. There are former Bricks and Minifigs employees that have been coming forward talking about how corporate, they love making accusations that their employees steal from the company just so they can fire you. And what they did to the last relic was really messed up. And Oh man, I'm just.
Well, you know, and I really, it really makes me start to wonder how many precedents are going to be set because of this case. And I'm not only talking about, you know, once they get the legality of the monies and, you know, all this gets dropped, but, you know, are they going to start putting even more regulations on YouTubers? And, you know, are we starting to get into a really weird area of law with trying to people prosecuting YouTubers and independent media for what they do? And I think this goes back to almost, you know, a little bit of Ark's bigger question, you know, it is, you know, with the cops and the cops being crooked, you know,
those are all separate lawsuits.
Is we have so many separate issues, you know, what is really going to be the resident issue that sticks in this whole gerbople?
There isn't just
also
one.
Remember, Jason Love, tequila makes women's clothes fall off. But I've been looking at this, and I am so flabbergasted by just how they're blatantly violating the law on so many levels. And I mean, the moment corporate took over this store, they should have turned over that Star Wars collection back to the Menzel family. Automatic. That should have been a boom, automatic. Problem is, there are people who have been talking about the fact that they think that the Bricks and Minifig corporate has been losing money. And the people who have worked at Bricks and Minifigs talks about just how the two brothers run this company. And the fact that they have done underhanded type shit like this ever since they took it over. And they've expanded it so quickly in such a short period of time, it raises questions on how they were able to pull it off. And I mean, they went from like 52 stores to 300 in an extremely short period of time. I can't remember how quick they did it. And it was basically causing a lot of people, like the Last Relic, that was the reason why he joined the Bricks and Minifigs as a franchise owner, was the fact that he thought that these guys knew what the hell they were doing, that they took a very small regional company and made it national with 300 stores in such a very, very short turnover time. So he thought they had their shit together. And that the fact that they were Mormon and he was Mormon, he felt that means they were going to be playing above the board and live up to their word when they gave it.
Assumptions. To assume is to make an ass out of you and me.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, go ahead, Casey.
All I know from sitting and listening to this and what little I've been able to find out about this is this thing is like the illegal Gordian knot of crap. You're never going to be able really to pull out. It's going to take them decades before they can pull out all the separate little cases that are involved in this, because it's so interconnected now that when you pull on one, you pull on the whole thing. What this really sounds like is a giant Ponzi scheme.
Mm-hmm.
These guys saw that these other Spendricks finally got something that was really good and finally could make them a lot of money to deal with their own fiscal ineptitude. So they go in and they take the shit and figure they'll sell it themselves, pocket the money, and Bob's your uncle before anybody knows about this. What they didn't expect was for gentlemen and guys to come in and get involved with this and to upset the apple cart. So
Yep.
they have to
And
go.
we. Sorry, go on.
No, you first, Dr. Turner.
Well, this is one of the reasons I say that we definitely should not see any regulations on YouTubers for this. After all, the problem here is that we need is not a need for more laws. We need them to enforce their own on themselves, which seems to be a much bigger problem, as that doesn't seem very likely. You would basically need a authority outside of the state, I imagine, to come down on them like a ton of actual bricks.
Yes. The funny thing is, Echo Base Network was sitting there talking about the fact that they wish that they knew somebody who had an in with Kash Patel up at the FBI to get the FBI to investigate this.
Who really expects Kash Patel to make anything better now?
Yeah, I know. But they're right in the fact that this is the type of thing that the FBI is supposed to be doing whenever you've got local law enforcement on the both on the municipality, the county, and the state level is doing something that just does not seem right. That's when the FBI is supposed to come in and take a look at it.
And if they won't, then
and that's.
Do they have faith in the Attorney General there? Maybe they're worth lobbying.
I don't know. I'm looking at this stuff going, damn. This is so messed up that I'm like, I wish I could contact Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy himself, and tell him, yo, dude, see those two fuck nuggets over there? Use them as your couch. That way they can't go and mess with anybody else while we try to solve this problem. Because this is just insane. It's so fracking insane. And it going after someone who's already in a fragile condition and stealing a family's life savings. This was an investment this family had made. They first started doing it just for fun. Then they realized these Lego collections, once they became discontinued, saw their value go up, saw them as a family legacy investment to be able to cover, to make sure that the kids and grandkids and great grandkids would have something to remember him by, to be able to either pay for a down payment on a house or send one of the kids to college, because 200 grand, that's a full ride college roll in one of the big colleges, or it's a big ass house to pay the whole damn thing off. Or
although money might be better spent going to a trade school, because I think universities kind of pissed away their credibility at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then they're done it.
And yeah, if you want to hear Casey go on a rant, ask him about how much he's got to use his college education.
Oh God, don't even get me started there. But you know, I have to say something to put this into perspective.
Yes.
And that is, I mean, this kind of when you hear this kind of shit, it's awful. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. But you have to understand something. At the deepest level, this kind of thing goes on with all kinds of people who society. I don't want to use the word marginalizes, but there's so many times when you see stuff like this go on because there is a certain class of people that can't fight back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Like Rich was talking about the college education. It's like I went out and tried to get a job for 25 years. I got out of college in 1994, went out every day looking for work, no matter where I was, couldn't find anything because nobody wanted to hire me. So you end up getting into the system where the system pretty much treats you like garbage. And that's exactly what's being done to these poor people here. You get a little bit ahead, you try to do something to have a better life, and then some asshole comes in and just rips it all out from under you. And everybody in the government, everybody in the law that should be looking out for you goes, oh, well, and in this case, some of them even on the asshole sides. How's a guy supposed to catch a break?
Yeah, this is one of those things that it's one of the reasons why I follow this, because when I was younger, there was 2 jobs I wanted: to be a teacher, teaching history and civics, or to be a lawyer. And unfortunately, my grandfather had this thing where he literally looked at me and said, if you become a liar, I'm going to disown you. So guess who basically said, okie dokie, I'm not going to go to law school, even though I had the scores to get into a law school. And sadly, before he passed away, Granddad said, I should have never told you that, because you would have actually been a good lawyer, an honest lawyer.
No, one would hope, but I've also wondered exactly what they do to people in law school. I, the longest time, thought for certain diplomas were signed in blood.
Yeah.
Well, at least we got a lot of good lawyer jokes out of it.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm looking at this whole case and how they are basically using the entire system. They've weaponized it in such a way that it terrifies me. This is what terrifies me, that in a free country like we have, that you can weaponize the entire system and make the process the punishment. It's like the fact just an accusation can destroy a man's life permanently.
Or a woman's.
Yeah, but usually, even if you accuse a woman of diddling a little boy in school, she doesn't get destroyed the way a dude would. I mean,
oh, he was lucky.
Yeah, exactly, Becca.
Yep.
People go, oh man, why wasn't there really hot teachers doing that when I was in school? And unfortunately, I'm having to raise my hand on that one because I've had those thoughts too. But that's besides the point. Even when I was in the Navy and when I started going to college, I could not get a date because I looked like I was still in junior high. Until I grew facial hair, man. Everybody thought I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, that's the reason I grew the facial hair I've got, for a large part. Is because without it, I was getting guarded up. Well,
yeah.
Never mind.
Same here.
And the messed up thing of it was, first time I was going to college, this one girl did take interest in me while we were going to our college classes. And one of the teachers pulled me to the side and says, where are y'all going? Oh, we're going to go to Ron's to get something to eat. It's kind of like a unofficial date. He goes, you're thinking about dating her? Yeah, she invited me. No. What? Just no. Hold on. Calls her over. Can you please tell Richard what grade you're in? That's easy. She's a freshman in college, just like me. No, I'm a senior in high school. What? What? No. Wait, you're not in high school too? No. But he looks just the same age as I am. I'm like, no, I'm 24. And then we both looked at each other and walked away from each other and stopped having any contact with each other.
Richard, I am now convinced you go down more holes than I do.
Yeah.
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 And I do have to say, Architure does look smashing in either his lab coat or his black coat. So
Yep, thank you. Although my lab coat is also a black coat, but I appreciate it. I have a white one and a black one.
you got the different looks. You got the different looks you rock. So.
Okay, Gap's got something here. I got to put it up.
Thank you.
Richard, I'm sure some school teacher would have dated you if you looked like a little kid. Man, oh man. And then that almost sounded like how to meet your mother, Richard. Okay, I'm going to have to tell you guys how I met my ex-wife. Uh-oh, we just lost Archer.
We lost
him. Back. Hopefully he can make it back. Dudes, in 1990 was the first time I went to the UK. It was for, I think it was Dwight David Eisenhower's 100th birthday. Okay.
It's back.
They were doing this big.
Apologies.
It's all right. They were doing this big thing for a D-Day celebration. And the Eisenhower pulls into Portsmouth, England. And we unfortunately had Greenpeace show up trying to raid the ship nonstop. So we could not pull into port. So we were having to ride Liberty boats to and from the ship. And there was people there to come to look at the Eisenhower, the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. And there was these two lovely young women who were accompanied by two little boys and a little girl. Me and my friends went to go hit on the two women. And unfortunately for me, that 5-year-old little girl kept offering me candy and trying to get me to go home with her.
Oh, God.
And I did not live it down. Everybody on the ship, by the time we got back to the ship, was like, so a little girl was trying to pick you up, huh? Yes. That's messed up. And they're like, that didn't really happen. And I'm like, yes, it did. Just wait till the flipping film develops. And they're like, wait, you took pictures? And they're like, it's Spank. He's always taking pictures. Because I took pictures of these two hot chicks.
Richard, you didn't say it right. If you're going to say it and go off the rails, say it right.
Hot chicks. They were really hot English chicks. This was in 1990 now. And then in 2005, I met this girl online who was from the UK.
This never ends well.
Yeah, this isn't going to end well.
You probably should.
I love how Ark just kind of like throws that in there.
Yep.
I speak from personal experience, no less.
Richard,
so you know my rule. Cornish women, yes. Welsh women, oh yeah. Irish women, definitely, yes. Scottish women, hell fucking yes. Yes, and yes. English women, no, run. Just run and run and run until you pass out from exhaustion. And then when you wake back up, start running again until you pass out again. And hopefully by then you've hit the water and then you start swimming. And hopefully a boat will pick your ass up and take you to the other side of the planet.
Richard, with respect, I think you might have been better off with a 5-year-old.
Just wait. I'm not done yet. Now, when Emma and I got married, her parents decided to come to the United States to visit over Christmas holiday. And while they were here, she and her mom and her mom's fiance got married so we could be there. I stood in as best man, and Emma stood in as maid of honor. Now, when I met Emma's mom, I'm like, she's very, oh my God, I know this woman. I know her face and I know her scent. Oh God. And then Emma's like, what's wrong? I've met your mom. Oh God, this isn't good. And Emma's like, what is it? Miss Sharon? Yes. When the Eisenhower visited in 1990, did you perhaps go to see the Eisenhower in front of the HMS Warrior? Yes, me and my sister were there with the kids. Yeah. Did anything interesting happen? Oh yes. Emmy Lulu here, i.e. that's what she called Emma, tried to pick up one of the sailors by offering him candy to take him home with her. And I went and I got the photographs, and I was going through the photographs, and I'm like, oh no. And there it was. It took her 15 years. And then she threw me away after I got crippled.
Oh, Richard.
Like I said, when it comes to English women, run. Just run. Don't stop. Don't fucking stop. Get away.
I know. I just feel so blessed that we have Arcature with us, and I hope we're not boring him. I hope.
No, not at all.
Okay. Because
He
to have
familiar.
because for you to take time out of your busy schedule to sit here with all of us on what should have been one topic, but automatically goes sideways, which we're not down the whole.
Tangents ought to be expected.
Okay.
Yes, tangents are always expected, but this also is helping me calm down, because I admit I was getting really worked up over the whole Bricks and Minifigs and how messed up this case has gotten. I got to laugh some, shared my embarrassments with y'all so y'all can laugh at me, which hopefully has lightened the mood up enough to where we can hit the next part. So join me as I do this. Okay. Now, the fact that the local community in both Utah and the Oregon area has been expressing concerns over this. Oh, Gap, you evil bastard, man. Oh, you had to do it. You just had to say the two dirty words, Stargate canceled. You bastard. You evil bastard. And then we have Richard.
I do sympathize, but I've been seeing a lot of people who'd love to have Stargate back. The reason it's cancelled is because the original creators of it aren't willing to turn it into absolute steaming dog shit. And while I would actually be with everyone in trying to get that project continued, I don't think for a single second they're going to. What I expect is going to happen is that they will hope enough people demand more Stargate that they can then say, oh, well, in response to great demand, we're rebooting Stargate.
Yeah.
Which no one wants, and will be every bit the train wreck everyone already anticipates it will be.
And yes, Gat, we do know you are an evil bastard.
So I would like campaign to
sister down. No.
Someone has challenged my authority.
Uh-oh, Gap. You better get ready to run. My baby sister, my Sith sister.
Don't make me get the saber.
She's getting interested in you, dude. You're in trouble now. All right. Let's get ready to roll everything up so we can be done by 9 o'clock at the 2-hour mark. Okay, look, the fact that the people in Utah are backing both Reckless Ben and the Menzel family. There is a big push. It's one of the reasons why when the GoFundMe went down for 24 hours, people started to freak the hell out and started reporting it. And people were able to force GoFundMe to put the GoFundMe back up. The fact that Bricks and Minifigs are purposely going after that GoFundMe money. They're going after all the merchandise that Reckless Ben was and the people that was working with him were selling to raise money, especially the logo that they created saying "We steal from old people." That was the fake company that Reckless Ben set up for this. And yeah, this is some really but the American Fork town hall, the locals kept getting up to talk to the mayor and the town council and all this stuff, talking about how the corruption in their police department was terrifying them. And they said that Reckless Ben wasn't an unusual occurrence. It's just drawing national attention to the corruption that they've been dealing with over the years. So
They might even want to give thanks to Reckless Ben for getting this up to creating a bit more awareness of it.
yes,
At clearly great personal cost.
yeah, it's so that is the silver lining in all of this is the fact that it's causing people to look into it. And Stephen Tumbari says, "There you are, director." And Gap says, "All of you guys are the best and girls." All right, cool. And I've been here for some time.
Well, girl at this point, unless you're making accusations.
No. We've got Alice and we got my baby sister here. Say
Oh,
hi.
Hello.
Hold on.
okay. Well, that wasn't represented.
Hold on. Let's do this.
I stand corrected.
She's over here drawing while we're doing this. She's staying here in my house, so she can have some air conditioning because the HVAC downstairs at her house died a very, very sad and pathetic death.
The thing is, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Which, with this clarification, will not happen in Gap After Dark.
Yeah. Okay, where we got here? While we are in wind down, Alice of the Hole, which profile image for my 2 Facebook accounts, the one I don't care and can't access, repeating from before, the right one has my 3 doctors, who is my profile picture. Oh, okay. Gap After Dark. And thank you so much. And we've got C director misrepresentation you have caused. I love you guys. And no problem, Jason. I love you guys. I love the people in my chat, because when we have these deep dives and you guys interact with us and you talk and ask questions and we can answer them, it makes this so much more fun and much more informative. It's one of the reasons why I was actually hoping that Punk Waddle could have made it, because he knows a lot about this, and so have him help take over some of the time, so I don't have to keep talking the whole time.
Well, it's a big night for all of the fluff and stuff in our community. So, for all we know, he's waddling around his little igloo, getting stuff and things set up and ready to be that sheriff and put down the law.
Yep. Okay. Gap says, Richard, your stream and your panel in your chat are wonderful, always informative, fun, and entertaining. Thank you, Gap. I really appreciate it. You guys, you guys know why I created this channel, was to share the stuff that we love with each other, to try to bridge that gap that's been forming, that's dividing us over stupid, insignificant things like the color of our skin, what giblets we got between our legs, what giblets we wish we had between our legs, or what giblets we want somebody else to have between their legs so we can get jiggy with them. You know, this stuff, they're superficial. It's not your entire personality. It's that simple little facet is just one of the many facets that make you unique and valuable human being. It's like
Very true. And don't forget the 1,000 additional atomized labels to divide people by, including things like neurotypical versus neuroatypical and normies versus weirdos. It's been going on for quite some time.
Exactly. I keep stressing this. If you have never seen an uncut diamond, it's this cloudy looking piece of quartz. What makes it valuable and makes it clear and beautiful is each of those little facets you cut into it. And it takes all of those facets to make that diamond valuable and worth something. That is the best way of describing how I look at each and every one of you. I don't look at just one facet of you. I look at everything, flaws and all, and it makes you unique. It makes you something so fucking wonderful. It makes you beautiful. It makes you you. And it's why I love each and every one of you. Because each one of you is valuable. Each one of you deserves to be loved. It deserves to be remembered. And I adore each and every one of you. And you can ask my baby sister who's sitting right here beside me. My family was built on the concept that family is built on a foundation of love more than it is by blood. My grandfather, before he died, told my mother that at first he had a hard time with that aspect of us. But he grew to love and adore each and every one of the grandbabies that got brought into his house because my mom and my dad pretty much adopted all of Laura Jane and Rebecca's friends, let them live with us, stay with us, fed them, clothed them. And then whenever they would have kids, they would bring their babies around, and my grandparents got to have so many grandbabies and great grandbabies that all that love that was brought into their homes made their lives wonderful. That's where I come from. That's why I keep telling you, each and every one of you, I love you. And that's why I call you my family. Because a real family is built on a foundation of love. And in a single generation, more families built on a foundation of love outnumbers every family that has been built on nothing but a foundation of blood in the past, in this moment, and in the future. That is a basic fact of life for me. And I love each and every one of you. And everybody thinks I'm this really nice, wholesome dude until you guys get me really upset and cheesed off, and you can see the monster that can come out and protect the people I love. And but I'm going to say this like I always do. The only way we're going to make this world a better place is by going out there and doing something. We've got to be the positive change we want to see in this world. That's the only way we're going to make it better. We can do this by sharing what we love in pop culture. That why it matters so much to us. Like Mexican Iron Man says, for him, James T. Kirk was his dad. That was the male role model he looked up to. That's why it matters so much to him. We need to talk about what we love about Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Stargate, comic books, all of this stuff. Legos, for God's sake. We need to talk about why we love it. Share what you love with others. By showing that love, we do good. We prove we're human. We prove that we're not just a bunch of bitter old haters. We show why this matters to us. And as I've said before, this world needs a whole lot more love in it. Now, before we go, we need to tell people where they can find you. So, director, can you do me a favor and tell people where they can find you?
Primarily via my Discord server. I am live every Sunday, Friday, Tuesday across several channels. In fact, 5 or so. So give links for all of those would be quite a name. I should probably create some sort of compiled promotion link, but that I should appear organized is just one of the many illusions I have managed to pull off. It indicates a desire, an aspiration to one day be organized. I'm just not actually there yet, if ever. In the short term, I think I've got a solution. Although I think almost everyone here is already on the server as it is.
Yep.
I'll put it in the call.
All right, cool beans. Casey, tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Well, first of all, may I say how pleased I was to be part of this panel this evening. It's always a pleasure to share the stage with people like Arcatur, Ellis, Crazy, and you two, oh great Richard Gilla. If you want to find me when I'm not sitting here by the fire, you're more than welcome to check out my channel, Casey's Creepy Creations, for the best in short, original, dark science fiction and horror. If you aren't a member, you might want to go over and consider subscribing. If you are a member, I thank and love you all and would ask that you maybe go over and take a look at some of the videos maybe you missed. Leave a like, a comment, a share. I love you for all of it. And God bless y'all.
Alice and Crazy, you're up next.
I'm Alice. He's Crazy. You can find us on Crazy Horse 1985, but I think the majority of everybody watching, listening on the panel, in our chat know that, because you know what? We love each and every one of you all, but we love doing happy hour Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this Monday on happy hour, we are celebrating Casey's birthday. So y'all know what that means. Party down at Alice's hole. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Gosh knows what we're going to come up with. Gosh knows who I can rope into being there. So yeah. So happy hour is Monday. We have kind of tabled off the cuff for just a hot minute. We're going to run off the cuff as specials. So our next off the cuff special is going to be for 4th of July. And we also got Not Your Mommy's Book Club going at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays with our very own Ginger Wolf and our Eris. So come listen to us talk about schmutt books, because at Not Your Mommy's Book Club, we read the schmutt so you don't have to.
Yeah, I got to be careful around y'all when y'all do that, because if y'all find out I wrote romance erotica, you might want copies, and I'm not going to do it.
I will like the copies, and I am very hoping that what we can do. So we're going to do this science fiction book one more. We're going to top it off with a little Star Trek schmut, a little the way it stands right now, a little Uhura and Spock schmutty schmut, and then we're going to move on to some other genres. But I would love to do one where everybody who has wrote some kind of fan fiction erotica, we could read y'all's and review it because we love y'all.
You know, I just watched a video by Tom and Don on this topic.
Oh,
well, fortunately for me, it's all gone because it was on a computer that died thanks to my ex-wife. Saved by the ex-wife. Hard to believe, right?
I'm sorry, but I couldn't believe when I made the comment about going with the 5-year-old and finding out it was your wife.
Well, she tried to pick me up, man. It's like I told Zachary, no, you don't get it. She's the one that was in the white van with the sign that said free candy and kittens, trying to get me into it. So it don't count. I ran away. I ran the hell away. And the whole ship knew about it, and they made fun of my ass for the rest of that flipping tour, man.
Richard,
That does sound pretty sauce. I mean, if you'd fallen for it, you would have found yourself in politics, maybe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, Richard, the moral of the story is eventually you stopped running.
Yeah. But, damn it. That was mean, man.
all right, Richard, we got to run. Thank you, Art, for being here. Casey, check your X. I got little
Thanks
things.
for inviting me.
Got a little birthday thing I want you to verify. But
anytime, director, if you ever want to join Fireside Chats, you're more than welcome. You've got the link, so whenever I do it, just hop on in. Everybody, never forget, you're not alone. You are never alone. And you are most definitely loved, even if it is by a broken old fool like me. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe. And remember, you're all blessed.